with this Gatot Kacha and Arlen, I'm looking forward to see what else Onic PH has left in the pocket though.
Let's see, we're gonna jump into the game. VRSO already taking a bit of damage. Super Friends jumping in as well, going for the trade. Revitalize used up. Oh my lord! AFK doing a bit too much for Onic to handle. They're gonna have to back away here, leaving a wave to Kojic. And Prince won't actually get level 2 right off the bat of the wave. So that means that VRSO will have control over Lethal. Small win at the start of the game.
And this Fredrin pick, we are pretty much on track with what VRSO Time has in mind to go for. But I mean, AFK is just putting on so much pressure.
Oh, making a turret shot for unnecessarily, but he still will get the better trade in the end. AFK down for Super Friends. Thankfully, VRSO is going to be tanking up this wave, holding it there so that Friends doesn't lose XP and gold. But it's still a big win for VRSO.
Yeah, like Kojic gets the kill. First blood goes to Onyx Philippines, but it was VRSO that ends up getting the takedown. The King Kong will try to at least salvage some of that early game mishap. Steals a camp away, has a gang angle.
Uh-oh, that's going to be King Kong with the walk-up. Doesn't actually pop the Mountain Shocker, so Kojic is able to recall. But the tempo is off already for VRSO Time as they will lose out of the mid lane. Walking up bot. Kirk will still be taken low. They're going to go for the last kill. Oh, VRSO able to get the kill under turret with skill 1 on Lapu.
I feel like we've seen this before, Mirko. Even in the upper bracket, they were putting a lot of pressure onto Kirk when Justinian hits level 4. They would just bring AFK in, and now Super Phrase again.
Relentless pressure coming in from VRSO Time in the mid lane, and even in the bottom lane. A good taunt coming down with the lockdown with the Mountain Shock, but VRSO, they're able to kite away. Castle gets away. That's going to be a Purify used up at Kojic. A full CC lockdown over to VRSO. He's still going to be able to go in, though, and that Revitalize helps him for a bit, as now it's going to be Castle on the bravest fighter, King Kong, getting slashed by Castle on the Lapu Lapu. That's going to be the shot coming down from Kelra, but it won't deal enough damage to take anyone down.
And this death from AFK was worth it because Castle walked out with almost no health, and he comes back in with more than 50% health. Not to mention AFK heating him up with a passive. Look at this. They all line up for the space gun of Kojic and a bravest fighter on top of that. That purple buff going over to VRSO Time. The exact same situation and a gang top.
The Kalea sustain, dude. The healing from the passive is absolutely broken. And you can see VRSO Time use that every single game. This is something that, again, has kind of fallen off in a lot of regions. We don't really see Kalea picked up that often, right? Usually it's like Gatot Kacha Grok, that's the real main contestant, and sometimes we see the Hilda. But AFK and Osprey, they're really making a case for Kalea to be first pick here with the sustain, the constant crazy, the heals, and also the surprisingly massive base damage that Kalea has. That's an AOG into the Mountain Shocker. Kojic, no Purify, gets taken out by VRSO on the turret. Friends tanking up a whole lot of turret shots. That's the final slash to bring them back, but there's not enough damage from Onic Philippines. They'll just go and take the kill on Kojic and be happy with it.
And that was so unfortunate because the Purify just came back out for Kojic. I was about to say that he started this game 3-0. That's the perfect opening for the Kimmy. But now that I look at the draft of VRSO Time, and knowing that the coach is Osprey, let's bring back some of the memories when he was still with Fireflux or Aurora Turkey, where this sort of a Ube strat with the Fredrin was sort of the signature of what put that Turkish team on the map. And now VRSO Time really assimilating very well with the same idea.
It's almost a 2,000 gold lead for VRSO Time. They're going to go into the mid lane, baiting out the Purify from Prince without using a Tsunami Slam. That was just a traction pulse, and it has led to VRSO Time to secure the second turtle of the game for free. Onic Philippines on full defense mode right now. They're going to have to keep these turrets from being taken away by VRSO Time. And it's going to be quite tough. Whoa! Final slash, but into the Tsunami Slam he goes. Castle pops in the bravest fighter. And I think Kirk is going to have to give this away.
They used the AOG top 2 to try and gank March. And March able to get away with his Flicker too. So Flicker's traded on both sides. VRSO Time, they're just going to keep on making sure that Kirk doesn't get to play much. But Prince goes down.
Oh my lord. What was the initial damage from? Was it just Justinian? I didn't see if anyone got an assist on that kill, but that is ridiculous damage. But it makes sense. It's a Fredrin with Concussive Blast. You know, skill 1 into Concussive Blast is going to hurt you a lot. That's a stun landing. Castle looking for the solo kill on Kirk. Might be able to get it. Kirk getting away barely. Castle with the flicker secures the solo on Kirk.
Oh, does he not have reset on the Vengeance? That's unlucky. AFK also able to zone out the rest of Onic PH.
Rusco's trying his best. The full barrage together with the Feather airstrike. Oh, takes March really low to flicker in, but it's not enough to take him down. Brusco gets away with the AOG, and VERSO still are keeping themselves alive from the full barrage.
They track down King Kong too, forces out an early mountain shocker. And on top of that, Castle just proxies, clears out the wave. Nothing that King Kong can do. In fact, he's sort of trapped here.
He's going to try to go for the clear, and he is able to clear it, man. Good deny from him. Without the mountain shocker, AFK flickers in, gets a tsunami slam combo together. King Kong couldn't move for a whole, well, up until he died.
Turtle is going to be up. Justinian will be at the bottom though to try and at least save this turret, which will be successful with the help of March. And again, the Castle just proxies the top wave. That wave gets pushed in. Kirk in danger.
Tempo that VERSO have on the map, man. The fact that they're able to rotate so quick and way quicker than Onic Philippines. Kirk again gets locked down by the taunt. No way into the damage, and he just disappears. 1-4-0 on the Arlet. Castle picking up a kill, or turret rather, up top as King Kong is forced to farm in his own jungle, but even that's difficult. That's Castle with a walk up again, able to find a stun over to Brusco. King Kong gets away with the Traceless. Brusco gonna be all in there as Kojic goes on to Prince. Turn to mid lane. Fall in. I'm offended with a flicker. Brings Prince into the bullets of Kojic. And he is 4-1-3.
Insane tempo from VRSO time. Not to mention on expanding rivers, so they just move so much faster with these objective spawns and takedowns. Kelra just cashed in on his Sky Piercer, but with how the game is going, I'm not really sure if he even has the output or enough support from the team to get the Sky Piercer stacks, man.
I don't think so, dude. Because these guys are tanky. All of them are so tanky. The fact that they've built around Kojic and he's 4-1-3 with a Sky Piercer, I believe. Does he have Sky Piercer? I think that's the only question I have right now for VRSO time, is the fact that it's still very one-dimensional for them, right? They still have to just play for Kojic. As Onic Philippines continue to scale, late game is going to be quite good in terms of damage output. It's just, can the frontliner hold Kojic's damage?
And all this time, I think for the past minute and a half to 2 minutes, Castle has been left to his own devices. He's free farming the top lane. He's taking jungle camps, and all that cash is gonna convert into just great backline dive potentials. 3-0-3 is having a great game and also a natural answer to Kirk too.
And now it's just a slow game. VRSO, they pop in conceal right as I say that. Going into the mid lane. Oh my god, Prince. He almost didn't spot that. Oh, that's Castle going in all the way deep on a King Kong. Dives under the base turret and gets the kill. 20 seconds for Lord to spawn. That's going to be a good shutdown picked up by Kelra. So at least they get something back. But King Kong's down for 17 and the Lord spawning in 10.
That's the Castle spirit, man. Really full sends it. Does give a shutdown over the Kelra. Cashes in on an extra goal and his first 10 Sky Piercer stack. So small win for Onic Philippines. VRSO time won't be able to start the Lord fast enough now that King Kong is back on the map. But YSS so far is not having a good game at all. 0-3-3 and a level behind Justinian's Frederick.
It's big for VRSO time right now. Yes, it still was a shutdown to Kelra. So he has a Sky Piercer stack. He has a lot of bounty gold that he used to get a Sea Halberd. We were talking about the sustain earlier, so there's already a response as well from Onic Philippines. It's just the fact that, oh, Castle's gonna be walking up again, going for the zone over to King Kong. Now Brusco trying to go for the PO, but AFK flickers in and finds a Tsunami Slam, bringing King Kong into the raging slashes. And Castle's not done, not just yet. He'll go for the extra stun. That's a free Lord over to VRSO time, and King Kong is 0-4-3, Husky.
This is a flashback to some of the games we've seen earlier on, whether it's the upper bracket finals or lower bracket finals. King Kong getting completely shut down by hard crowd control. We saw Key do it with the Grok, we've seen AFK do it with the Kalea, and now it is happening all over again.
My lord. This is why in the drafts I said, you know, I would much rather have King Kong over on the Lancelot compared to the Yusun Shin. And for VRSO time, they would much rather have this. They would much rather have King Kong on a very immobile, right? I mean, we say immobile, technically Yisuchin isn't, but in King Kong's like hero pool, this is still considered an immobile pick. We see him usually on the Fanny, the Hayabusa, Lancelot, and the Joys, who have crazy mobility. So having just one dash ain't enough for King Kong right now. They're gonna go for the Siege VRSO time. AFK's looking for the pickoff, but he's gonna be feinting back and forth as the Lord is able to charge into the bottom lane. Turret, getting it real low. Kojik's on it with the Siege. Brusco's gonna be walking up as well. That's gonna be Castle with the... Oh my god, I'm offended. Actually lands on Frenzy. He's gonna get deleted. Castle up top, tanking the damage. That's gonna be the all-in over. Kelra flickering out the safety, doing a lot of damage back, but Castle's too darn tanky. They've cracked the base open already. That's two, making 3 base turrets with the mid lane and Onic Philippines without a full barrage. AFK gonna go in for the Tsunami Slam. Able to go for it. Oh my god, March gets the I'm offended on 2 right into the son of Castle. 11 minutes. VRSO time just stomped on Onic Philippines.
Absolute destruction in game 1.